Okay, so one of the other things we might want to do in Excel is to actually categorize data or be able to summarize data quite quickly and simply. One of the biggest things we want to do maybe is that we've got a list of some depth to water levels here and some dates. Maybe we want the average per year of everything that's in this table, and it's huge. This is massive. Very, very big table here. And how far does it go? Of course, we all know how to get to the bottom now, don't we? Control down. 44,000 rows. Right, I want the average per year. Well, we've got the date, but how do we get an average per year? We're going to sort it. What are we going to do? Well, let's add a year column. So let's insert a column. Put year. Okay, how do we get the year of this? Excel's pretty clever. You make a formula equals year of the column we want. Voila. But of course a year doesn't have a decimal. Let's just format it out. Number, no decimals. And as you all know, how do we get that formula for all of them? Of course, go across, control down, back, control shift up, paste. And a big document might take a little bit of time. So there we go. So now we have a year and the associated depth of water. But how do we get the average? Beautiful, beautiful tool in Excel is called pivot table. So what we want to do is, let's control this by saying we want to take these two columns and give me, based on the year, the average water level. Let's select the two columns. No, let's select the columns. Control Shift down. Okay, go to Insert, go to Pivot Table, and now because we've already selected it, we don't have to select it again. It's just it. Now it knows. So where do we want to put it? We can put it either on a new sheet or we can put it in an existing worksheet. I usually put it on this existing worksheet, just my preference. Click there. If you want somewhere to put it, click the little thing here. It'll ask you where you want to put it. Move your mouse, find a spot, and because the table is going to be pushed going out to the right, make sure there's enough space out to the right and there's nothing that's going to overwrite. Press enter and click OK. So some very interesting things have come up here. So it's asking us what columns we want to use. At the moment we've just got two. So we want year. So let's make that a... Do we want that as a row? Sure. And then we want depth to water. And we drop that down there as a value. And it's saying sum at the moment here. So if we go over, click the little arrow, go to value field settings and pick average. Click OK. And now we'll just close this guy. We now have for every year in our represented. See, we might have a lot of data gaps, but that's okay. This is just represented of the data itself. We now have a table with the average value. So that's not too bad at all. So now that is the average annual water level. So maybe you want to get a little bit cleverer. Maybe we want to actually, so let's just press Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. We'll undo all that. Maybe we want to get a little bit cleverer. We want maybe by year and we want by month. Well, we need the month, don't we? So let's insert a month. So insert a column. Month equals month. How easy is that? Enter. So month 7. That's great. I like that. So copy it again. Go across. Control down. Back. Control Shift up. Paste. So now we have a month and a day, a month and a year. So let's select them again. Insert, pivot table, because we know where we want to go. put in an existing worksheet. We'll pick our, just a point there. Click OK. Now, this is pretty cool. We're going to put year as the row and month as the column heading and depth to water as the value. And again, we want maybe the average. Maybe you want the sum. Who knows? And so now, close that. And look at this. We now have a beautiful table that has, so let's make this a bit smaller. It's a bit hard to read. So, i.e. a bit smaller. Come on Excel, you can do it for me. And make it a bit smaller as well. Okay. So now we have a beautiful table from that data where the year on the left hand side here, and we have the average value for each month. Pretty simple. Really nice.